Starting off new vlog. It's Saturday, August 2nd. As you may notice, I am in my truck, which is cool. They took me off the really hard stuff, which I'm glad to do, and they gave me a lighter pain med, and I've only taken it at night to sleep. Just take some Tylenol during the day when I need it. So I've rounded a corner a little bit. I slept 7 hours last night over the period of about 12 hours. My Apple Health has shown that I've slept an average of 3 hours and 41 minutes or something in the last 8 days, which is god awful. So I was very grateful to do that. I did have to take a bunch of melatonin and but a dose of one of the sleep aids. I can't, Dio something. Just the normal, like it's in Tylenol PM type thing. So I got some sleep, and the doctor looked at my wound yesterday, my road rash on my arm that was pretty bad, and said he would prefer that I go to wound care just because he doesn't want it to scar. And I said, I don't care about scarring. I'll deal with it or just get tattooed over it. But I don't think it's going to be that bad of scars. There's a couple of spots that are a little meatballed up, but not terrible. So yeah, I just went to the post office. I cannot drop stuff into the drive-up mailbox. I tried it with my right hand and it just was not working. And of course, this stupid post office has their drop box closed. Luckily, I didn't have any hats ordered in the last few days, just print to order hats, which is good. I just realized the AC's running. Hopefully it's not too loud. I'll check it when I get home. And I'm gonna go to the store because we did a Sprouts pickup for my groceries, and I had all this yogurt in the house that I thought was good to go. And of course, Sprouts sold me some stuff on my last visit that was already expired. They love doing that. I mean, I can't check the expiration date of every single thing, but I guess I have to there. So I'm gonna grab some yogurt, a couple other supplies, and I'm hopefully gonna edit the vlog that I finished Thursday night. I'm not sure what it's going to be like with one arm, but I'm going to try it tonight and hopefully get it up. So then I will work on the Javelina director's cut this week, if all goes well here. So I'll catch up with you soon. It's Wednesday, August 6th. I haven't been making too many entries because it's just kind of Groundhog's Day around here. I've been having a tough time though. I did get a new sling today that holds my phone and is a little more comfortable, and it has this latch that I can pop apart. The Velcro on the other one I had was just it wore itself out over the 2 weeks from me just constantly adjusting it, and it was starting to like pop off and my arm would fall down if I was like carrying something, and super painful. And the sling from the hospital is just terrible. So I'm just not sleeping at all, and what I think I've deduced is that I have some nerve issues going on. I can fall asleep eventually, like between 3 and 4 in the morning. I go to bed about midnight or 1 and just lay there. That part I think is just because I'm so uncomfortable. I'm not a back sleeper. I sleep on my side usually, but I can't even sleep on my right side because my ribs are still pretty bruised up. And my left side, obviously, I have a cracked arm. So I'm sleeping on my back, in a sling. I can let the sling off and kind of lay my arm beside me if I want. But I've tried everything. I've tried elevating it with pillows. I've slept in the recliner in there. I've slept with ice packs on. I've slept with it, cockeyed, everything. I've tried it all. And what happens is an hour or two in, I wake up with just a burning sensation in my forearm and now my hand. So before I kind of attributed that to just my whole arm being in pain because the humerus, the top part of my arm, was extremely in pain too. So I just figured the whole arm was in pain. But the humerus part now really only hurts. I mean, there's a dull ache all the time, but it only hurts if I move it wrong. And I'm not even taking painkillers really in the day, not even Tylenol. But an hour or two into sleeping, it just starts burning and kind of throbbing. And I'll wake up and it kind of jars me awake eventually, and I kind of pace around for an hour or two until that goes away. And then I'll lay down again and maybe get an hour or two more sleep. My Apple Health says that I've been averaging 3 hours and like 41 minutes of sleep the last 7 days. I got 7 hours Friday night when they switched me off the opiates. I think just maybe psychically I told myself that I was good to go. But it took like 12 hours to get that 7 hours of sleep. And since then, I haven't slept more than 3 to 4 hours max. Some nights, 2 hours. So this morning, I started kind of Googling how long you can survive on that little sleep, and the results were not impressive. And I started to get worried. I know this is the demon word, but I've been messing around with ChatGPT a bit, and I just kind of thought to myself, why not just ask it for a solution and give it all the symptoms I'm having. So what it recommended right away was that I probably had a nerve issue. It gave me a list of things to try, and I said I tried all those things, and it said if those haven't worked, you probably have a nerve issue and you need a nerve blocker. And I was like, wow. So I hit up Josh, and he's a health professional, so he's got years and years and years of schooling and even more years of experience. And I said, hey, ChatGPT says this, what do you think? And he said, I hate to agree with ChatGPT, but it sounds dead on. So I called my doctor, told him that I think I needed a nerve blocker or something, and they called me back and said that I needed to go to pain management and that they would do stuff with nerve blockers if that's what I need. So I was lucky enough to get an appointment tomorrow morning at 9:30. The problem is that stuff like gabapentin and Lyrica that are nerve blockers can sometimes take weeks to work. And yesterday was 2 weeks since the accident, and that's 2 weeks of pretty much only sleeping 3 to 4 hours a night every single night. I can't nap because I have the same issue. I mean, it just starts burning if I try to go to sleep. So I haven't even been getting in naps or anything. It's just miserable. So, I mean, I'm not really in pain. I'm on the right track to recovery, but I cannot sleep, and I know I'm not going to heal well if I don't sleep. So hopefully they'll help me tomorrow and at least get me headed towards the right track. I'll catch up with you after that. All right, today was a good day, at least so far. Went to the pain management doctor this morning and filled out a bunch of questionnaires and sat down with the PA there, and she really listened to me and concurred with what I thought, what ChatGPT thought, what Josh thought, and that I most likely have some nerve involvement with my break. So she gave me some muscle relaxers to go to sleep, and nerve blocker, Lyrica, which is what Amy takes for fibromyalgia. The downside to that is that it can take weeks to kick in, but I came home, I took one, and I decided I couldn't stay up anymore because I slept 2 hours last night, which has been about the average 2 to 4 hours in the last 2 weeks. And I took a muscle relaxer about 1 o'clock p.m. and I slept from 1:30 p.m. until 6 o'clock straight, and it was a glorious feeling. I'm really looking forward to going back to sleep in a couple hours and maybe getting back on a schedule because this has just been a nightmare. Basically, what I've been doing is I work during the day and then sit and watch TV till midnight or so, and then I go in and I watch TV in the bedroom with my CPAP on and pray for sleep. And it usually doesn't come till 3 or 4 a.m. and it only lasts an hour or two, and my arm starts burning and throbbing, and then I'll wake up again for 2 or 3 hours and then hopefully get like 1 more hour of sleep. And after 2.5 weeks of that, I'm toast. So I think we found the answer. She's going to have me do an MRI next week. She's a little worried. After my transplant, I had some nerve damage in my shoulder to my radial nerve that made my left hand completely numb for about 3 years, and it came back. I couldn't play guitar at all until about 2023, 24-ish, and no, 2023. So it was a really scary time. Couldn't mountain bike, couldn't play guitar, but I was alive. I was grateful to be alive. So she's going to do an MRI, make sure there's no real damage or like a pinching in my neck from my head moving around a lot when I crashed. And hopefully that will all be good. And in a month or so, I'll be doing physical therapy and back on track. So I haven't been eating much or anything either, so I'm boiling some water for some protein pasta. I fell off my heavy protein regiment that I was doing because I just haven't been eating hardly at all. I've been eating like one meal a day and then a couple snacks, and even the meal has usually been small, sometimes just like a smoothie or something. So it's time to get back on it, hopefully get back on a sleep schedule that's normal, and go from there. Okay, folks, I know I look terrible. I need a haircut and a beard trim, and I'm wearing the same shirt that I was wearing yesterday. But it's Friday, August 8th, and I have really rounded a corner here. The nerve blockers have definitely kicked in right away, which is amazing. I have a lot less pain in my ribs. My arm is calming down a lot, and I think I slept about probably, 18 to 20 of the last 30 or so hours. I took that 4.5 hour nap yesterday afternoon. At 11 last night, I just couldn't even keep my eyes open. So it takes a while for me to prep to go to bed. So I laid down about 11:30, and I woke up at 8, I think, this morning. And I was pretty groggy because I did take some sleep aid last night, diphenhydramine, which is just Benadryl basically. And then I sat out here in the family room till about 11 a.m. and I couldn't keep my eyes open anymore, even though I know I needed to go to work. So I laid down again. It was 10:30 or 11, I can't remember. And I woke up at 2 p.m. and I finally ate something, and then I had to go straight to work because I had to get my packages shipped out before the weekend. So I worked until 6:30, 7 o'clock, just trying to cram everything in and get everything shipped. And I gotta say, I feel great now. It's, boy, I was really starting to get down on life, I gotta admit. Things were looking pretty grim. Sleeping 2 to 4 hours a night for, almost every night for 2.5 weeks was really, really wearing me down, and I was starting to get concerned for my health. So, new outlook today. And I want to say thanks to my YouTube pal, Ivy Quinn, for giving me a shout out on her new video. She was injured this summer and missed 11 weeks of riding, which is awful. But she's back at it and she's killing it with her new video, and gave me a nice get well wish in it, and I really want to thank her. So, really cool. We'll catch up with you soon. Ray is trying to jump up on the couch and be annoying as usual. She's getting too old to jump, unfortunately. Talk to you soon. It's Monday, August 11th, and things are getting better. So I went to see my pulmonologist today because they put me on that medication for diastolic heart failure. I'm hoping this music isn't copyrighted when our screensaver comes on and plays smooth jazz stuff. So I did labs for him last week after I went to the pain management clinic, and everything looks good. And he said as long as I don't have UTIs that I can stay on it. And it seems to have had a diuretic effect, which is what I need so badly. And I'm down like 10 pounds from when I saw him a month ago. So that's a good thing. I just keep losing. So I need to get my hernia surgery before I lose too much. Because they don't want me to ever go above the weight that I'm at. So I want to have a little bit of leeway for when I get older. So, yeah, I've been sleeping like a maniac. Still a lot of pain in my arm. I'm having an MRI later this week, hopefully, to make sure there's nothing too serious going on. But I'm just finally getting better. I'm contemplating going to see Shattered Realm tomorrow. Raleigh is promoting it, and he told me that he'll find me safe places to stand. I can stand on the stage and stuff. So it's had like a boxing gym, which is kind of weird. So I think I can do it. My energy is my main concern, and then it does start to hurt after a few hours out of the house. I spent a couple hours out today, but maybe if I do like a strategic strike, go in a little later, just catch a few of the bands, catch up with some friends, it will be okay. I need to get out of here. Oh, now there's crazy music playing. All right, so I'm gonna cut this off. I think it's a commercial for a movie. So, and my bud Donnie Roscoe pointed me to these cool shirts. I saw him wearing one, and they're like $4 on Walmart.com. I know Walmart sucks, but he pointed me out to him, and I'm stuck in tank tops for a while. So I got a few cool tank tops that aren't just boring black and green and blue, and fun times. So I'll talk to you soon. So it's Thursday, August 14th. This will probably be the most boring and shortest vlog ever. The last one was the longest vlog I've ever done for 2 weeks. But, I didn't really leave the house much, and I just nothing going on besides trying to recover. I saw Shattered Realm on Tuesday, Sacred Path also, and that was cool. Hung out with friends Dave and Beth, and saw a few other friends there. Otherwise, hardcore now is just a bunch of little kids doing kung fu that I don't know. So it was cool though. Nice to get out and actually do something, and I handled it pretty well. Today was a different story. That was Tuesday night. Yesterday was kind of uneventful, but man, today I was just beat up, and I fell asleep sometime around 1 o'clock, 12 o'clock or 1 o'clock last night. Then I woke up at like 7, stayed in bed till 8 trying to sleep. Didn't really work. Got up, had breakfast, and went back to bed at like 9:30ish. Woke up at 11:30. Tried to get going. Oh, that was actually when I had breakfast. I didn't have breakfast the first time. The stuff you really need to know. And then I fell back asleep at 1:30 and just crashed out until like almost 6. So real unproductive day, pretty unproductive couple weeks. Not what I like to do, but it is what it is. So I'm gonna end this here, and we'll start over for the weekend. So hopefully, I think we're gonna have some visitors. Oh yeah, Dave Shirk and Kathy came over yesterday. That was nice. So hopefully you're gonna go see a movie this weekend and have some visitors. So that'll be nice. And this is the end of this one.